obviously, we gotta talk about the uranium stocks. What's happening is so hot that I decided to move tomorrow's video to today to give you a quick update. The uranium sector is going nuclear, bad pun, but true. Where are the chances, what's happening now, and how do I know that this is just the beginning? This is the third inning of the uranium rally. We talk about it now here at Hot Trades of the Day. Welcome to the trading show for swing trading ideas for the coming days and weeks. Look at all the uranium producers. What is going on? They've been going crazy for the past days. Well, you know the fundamental facts. You know the news about Amazon investing AWS investing 500 million in SNR, small nuclear reactors. It's a new technology. It's smaller nuclear reactors that can be built closer to the sites that need the energy. Then the DOE doubled down with another 900 million to support developing this technology, which, by the way, very important to know, is not in use yet. It probably will be, but it's not in use yet, and it'll probably take 3 to 5 years to fully develop it. So, obviously, this means two things. The first thing is, actually three things. The first thing is, man, these Amazon managers, they're just brilliant. They just know where to go. Remember when Amazon was just in the retail company, e-commerce company, and then they went into the cloud storage, AWS. That's really their money maker. Now they're seeing the same opportunity in nuclear. And whoever doesn't understand the nuclear story really should understand it now. If Amazon, with their super smart management, is going into the nuclear sector, again, building and developing SNRs. We're not talking about buying an old unit of a nuclear reactor, bringing it back online to support their own data centers. They're building and developing their own SNR reactors. They're going to get into the nuclear energy business. So that tells you all you need to know about this story. So with this, obviously, I told you in a video before, this was one of the three reasons that could kick off and heat up the uranium trade, right? Oil price going up, which hasn't happened. Uranium price going up and over 100, which hasn't happened. And the third one was big nuclear news from the big tech companies after the Microsoft news, the Amazon news back in March, I think, in the spring, and then obviously the Google news, and now the big AWS news about the SNRs. That's what needed to happen. But what's happening with the uranium stocks? Now, the first thing that's important is that now you see why I have been putting such a focus on the uranium stocks. This is a super, super hot market, and it'll only get better from here. Will we see pullbacks? Yes. And those are buying opportunities now. The tide is shifting. Look at Cameco right here. New all-time high. This gap that you see right here, that's a breakaway gap. Do not expect this to be closed. Probably going to see a retest. I could see a retest of the old all-time highs, but that's a buying opportunity now. Next Gen Energy, Monster, they all look the same. The producers all look the same, right? Monster break to the upside. Uranium Energy, by the way, full disclosure, I've been invested in Uranium Energy for I think 4 years or so. Breaking to the upside, that should actually be a new all-time high as well. Oh, very close to a new all-time high. Yeah, actually we are. So, and Energy Fuels, you see they all look the same. But what are we starting to see here? Wait a minute, this is Energy Fuels. That's just the smallest one of the bigger ones, right? No, they're not even close to a new all-time high. If we go even smaller, your energy, they're actually down today somebody's taken a little bit of a profit at a resistance zone, very nice resistance zone. Nothing happening here. If we look at the explorers, nothing, 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 nothing. So exactly what I told you. So what does that mean? It means one thing. It's really an ETF story. And here is the reason why the producers are going up. This is the URA. This is the global uranium ETF. Most investors, institutions, and retail alike don't have much knowledge about the uranium sector. So what do? They just buy the ETF. So this is interesting for us to know. And this is also the reason why I know that we are in really early innings, in the first 3 innings of the uranium bull market, because in the first phase in the commodity market, it's always the big seniors that run. So the Camecos, right? The next gen, who's not a big producer, but is one of the bigger small caps in the uranium market. We always have to remember how small the uranium market is, which is the reason why it leads to these crazy upside moves. When money is pouring in, all of a sudden, there's such a high demand, but very little investment alternative. It's kind of similar to the AI chip rally in the early stages, if you remember. So the story is really the URA, and that the explorers didn't even move like an inch. That shows us, oh, we are not nearly in the later stages of this bull market, right? And look at the uranium price. The uranium price moved a little bit, but it's not a big move at all. It's still stuck in the resistance zone. So this is really all about the American producers, which I told you that is the area that you want to be invested in the uranium market. You want to be in the US, maybe some Canadian, international, not that interesting. The biggest moves will happen with the North American producers. I'm personally not the biggest fan of Cameco. I think we'll make more money with some of the smaller stocks. But the American uranium producers or uranium developers that are far along with their projects in the US, those will be the biggest winners. So what do we do now? Well, we will see profit taking, especially if the overall market comes down at some point. But do not expect it to be a significant decline. Things are shifting. Now, CNBC is starting to talk about the Amazon deals. They don't talk about uranium itself yet. That will happen once we reach $100 a pound and go above it. But they talk about it in context with big tech and AI. And you can see this will be the hot story, how the uranium rally will be played in the beginning until it takes off by itself. So wait for a minor pullback, but if you have no positions in uranium, which you should be invested at least partially if you followed my channel, I've been talking about taking positions for a month, I think. Then any major pullback is a buying opportunity now. Any minor pullback is get the foot in the door, right? If we talk about the URA, I can see us going to this level right here, pulling back. Not even sure if we're gonna reach this support area with a gap up, because again, this is news driven, positive news driven. Now, it's far out, right? This is not happening tomorrow, and the SNR technology not even proven yet, but that shows you how explosive the uranium stock's gonna be once it really gets going. It's going to be one of the hot markets, and that's why we're going to focus heavily on it here on Hot Trades of the Day, even though these are either investments or long-term swing trades, but this story is too good to pass up. Talk to you tomorrow. Actually, no, not tomorrow. I'm at a conference tomorrow. Talk to you on Monday. Have a great weekend already. See you later. Bye-bye.